There is one single move. Do it once, and watch every toxic person in your life vanish like smoke. They never truly existed for you anyway. Most people waste decades negotiating their worth with creatures who only hunger for control. They explain, they justify, they defend, they offer context like bleeding prey, and the predators simply smile and strike deeper. Toxic souls do not misunderstand you. They understand you perfectly. Your fears, your guilt, your desperate need to be seen as good. Every explanation you give is a map. They trace it straight to your weakest point and drive the knife in with precision. The moment you stop explaining entirely, their entire ecosystem collapses. The oxygen is cut off. The feast ends. They do not survive on chaos. They survive on your reactions, your access, your emotional predictability. Remove those things and they begin to starve. The mask slips. The hunger shows. True power is not confrontation. True power is icy silence. The kind that makes them unrecognize you as prey. Stop explaining yourself completely. Not less, not better, none, ever again. To them, your explanation is proof they still live inside your head. Your silence tells them they are already dead to you. The friend who crossed your boundaries becomes irritated. They ask why you changed. What they mean is, why can I no longer control you? The manipulator grows unsettled when your decisions arrive without paragraphs for them to dismantle. The narcissist becomes enraged by your calm. Your refusal to feed their script leaves them with nothing to grip. Silence is the one language they have no defense against. A starving predator does not become gentle, it becomes desperate. No dramatic exits needed, no announcements. You simply stop feeding the beast. Answer without defending, act without justifying. This is self-governance. The most terrifying thing a toxic person can witness. They will call you cold, arrogant, selfish. Let them. You owe them nothing. Toxic people do not hunt kindness. They hunt fear disguised as politeness. They target the hesitation before you say no, the apology before you speak, the desperate need to be liked. Weakness is not virtue. It is an open invitation, and predators can smell it from miles away. With the strong, they move carefully. With the fearful, they pounce, interrupting, accusing, creating moral trials out of nothing. The fearful explain. The fearful defend. The fearful become exactly what the predator needs them to be. Your explanations are blood in the water. Every justification reveals another trigger for them to pull. They do not listen to understand. They listen to dissect, to find where you feel guilty, where you are afraid to lose. Stop broadcasting your position. Stop fearing misunderstanding. The moment you do, their power evaporates. They cannot manipulate someone who no longer needs their approval. They cannot guilt someone immune to emotional debt. The transformation begins when you confront the fear of silence, the terror that boundaries equal loneliness. Strength is not something you perform, it is something you withhold. Your emotions, your explanations, your access. This is detachment, not coldness, not cruelty. The disciplined absence of emotional availability where they expect it most. You stop rewarding guilt trips. You stop rewarding accusations with explanations. You close the economy of your emotions. They provoke and you do not react. They accuse and you do not defend. They withdraw and you continue living. This quiet refusal breaks their mind. Their leverage disappears. Their identity as controller collapses. At first comes confusion, then anger. They scream louder because silence is unbearable to them. When anger fails, desperation appears. Sudden sweetness, fake apologies, sentimental traps. Remain detached. Their affection is just another strategy to reopen the wound. Then projection. They paint you as the villain to anyone who will listen. Every accusation is a confession of their own darkness. Finally, withdrawal. Not tactical, defeated. They leave because there is nothing left to feed on. They do not leave because they respect you. They leave because your wholeness is poison to their hunger. When the noise finally stops, the silence feels terrifying at first. No more chaos to hide behind. You meet yourself without distortion, the version that needs no permission, no validation, no explanation. You make choices without guilt. You say no without apology. You let them misunderstand and keep walking. This is the metamorphosis they feared most. You become untouchable, not by force, by sovereignty. Healthy people feel safe near you. Toxic people feel exposed. Your calm is their mirror of shame. The wrong ones stop seeing you entirely. They no longer detect vulnerability. Their instincts turn away. You did not become harder. You became whole. And predators cannot consume what is no longer broken. This is the dark truth very few ever reach. Silence is not emptiness, it is power. Boundaries are not requests, they are law. Your peace is not negotiable. Toxic people disappear the moment they realize they can no longer control you. They vanish when your reactions no longer feed them, when your fear no longer calls them. The game ends when you stop playing. The hunt ends when the prey becomes the observer. You were never weak. You were simply untrained in the art of withholding. Now you know. Withhold everything they crave. Watch them dissolve into nothing. This is not kindness. This is survival. This is mastery. The shadows only have power while you fear the dark. Step into it. Own it. Your silence is louder than their screams. Your calm is deadlier than their rage. They came for your energy. They leave with nothing but their own reflection. You are no longer prey. You are the territory they can no longer enter. This is the final shift, from hunted to untouchable, from explaining to sovereign. Embrace the cold clarity. Let the unworthy disappear. What remains is yours, pure, undisturbed, powerful. This is dark psychology in its purest form, the art of becoming unreachable. Master it once, and the toxic never return. They simply cease to exist in your reality, because you no longer give them life through your attention. The predator starves in the absence of fear. And you finally breathe. This is your turning point. Choose silence. Choose self. Choose the version of you that toxic people cannot survive. The rest will take care of itself. They always do when you stop feeding them. Now you know the secret. Use it without mercy. The weak explain. The strong disappear the problem. Become the latter. Stay the latter. Forever. This knowledge is ancient. Few dare to live it. You now carry it. Wield it coldly. Let them call you changed. Let them leave. Your peace was never theirs to take. Guard it with silence. Protect it with detachment. This is how empires of the self are built, in the ruins of old toxic bonds. Rise, quietly, ruthlessly. The darkness is not your enemy anymore. It is your throne. Sit on it, rule from it. Toxic people were never the problem. Your accessibility was. Close the gates, bar the doors, keep only what serves you. The rest must burn away in their own hunger. This is the way, the only way that works. I have seen it countless times. The pattern never lies. Stop explaining, start disappearing them by becoming unreachable. Your new life waits in the silence they cannot tolerate. Step into it, fully, without looking back. The predators will search for easier prey. Let them. You are no longer on the menu. This is your reclamation. This is your power. Claim it, own it, never surrender it again. The game is over the moment you decide it is. Now decide, and never explain that decision to anyone. Not ever. Welcome to the other side, the side where toxic people simply cease to exist.